What's up, y'all? I want to welcome y'all back to AD Cooks, and on the menu today is an easy, simple, short rib recipe. Appreciate you for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe. Alright guys, what we have in front of us is short ribs, and these are beef. Real easy kind of to season these, so we're going to go ahead and jump into this. We're going to first start with a little kosher salt, and we want to make sure we season these babies pretty well. Don't cheat yourself on the kosher salt that we're adding to these. We're going to go in with some black pepper. We're going to go in with some garlic powder. Sorry about that, that's my phone. Onion powder, I'm sorry. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and make sure we rub this seasoning on this first side, then we're gonna flip it over and season the other side the same way. All right guys, once you have seasoned the other side of your short ribs, you kind of want to move things around because there's different sides to the short ribs. I know I told you to season things on the other side, but you also want to take like some of the sea salt, the onion powder, garlic powder, and kind of rub it into the plate to season the short side or the small side of our short ribs. So what we're gonna do, it's best to kind of let this kind of sit for about maybe 5-10 minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and pan-sear these babies. All right guys, we went ahead and put our olive oil in a Dutch oven. We're gonna use a Dutch oven in this video because we're gonna take things and put it in the oven. Also at this point, you wanna put your oven on 300 degree. We're gonna slow cook these babies. And what we're looking for is a nice pan sear on our short ribs. So let's go ahead and throw in our short ribs. And we're gonna do about 4 at a time so our short ribs can breathe a little bit. Again, we're looking for a sear. We're not trying to cook these. We're gonna let them sear on each side for about maybe 2 to 3 minutes. Let's go ahead and flip over our short ribs. Gonna let it cook on this side as well. We'll flip it over on every corner of our short ribs to make sure we get us a nice crust on top of our short ribs. All right guys, let's go ahead and pull our short ribs off. There are 6 sides to the short rib. You just want to make sure you get a nice sear on every side of it. What we're looking like, y'all. Looks amazing. Nice sear to this, you all. Gonna go in with our other batch of short ribs. And we're looking for the same effect as we did on our first batch. All right guys, let's go ahead and take out our second batch. Nice crust on our short rib. Nice. Nice. All right, at this point, we're gonna go in with some roughly chopped onions. This is about a whole medium-sized onion. And again, we just want to let the oil from this onion kind of deglaze the bottom of this pan. That is what we're looking for. So we're going to let these onions kind of sear a little bit, soften up a little bit. We're not trying to cook our onions. We're just trying to kind of get flavor and aroma into this pot. All right, after onions have seared for us a little bit, we're going to go in with about a tablespoon of minced garlic. That's also going to help deglaze the bottom of our Dutch oven. And also at this point, we're going to go in with about 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. Looking good, y'all, looking good. Gonna let things marry together for about a minute. Let's go ahead and go in with a tablespoon of butter. Just want to get our butter to melt a little bit. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. It is very rainy today on a Sunday in St. Louis, Missouri, y'all. So this is the perfect comfort food for today. All right, guys, once our butter has melted, we're going to go in with about a tablespoon and a half of flour. And that was my tablespoon at that point. And we're gonna get ready to go in with our half. And at this point, we just kind of want to cook the rawness of that flour out of the rawness of the flour out. So that's what we're looking for. We don't want to taste that rawness of flour. We'll let this cook for about maybe a minute to 2. All right, guys, once we have cooked our flour down a little bit, and if you need to add a little bit more butter or extra virgin olive oil, go ahead and do that. We're gonna go in with some beef broth. We're gonna get the rest of our drippings up from the bottom of this pan, and we may go in with a little bit more beef broth. We'll just see and eye things once we put our short ribs in. At this point, we're going to take our beautifully crusted short ribs and go ahead and add these babies into the pot. amazing, you all. Also at this point, we're gonna go in with us a little bit more beef broth just to be on the safe side. I'm gonna go ahead and add us some, should have had this ready, y'all, but I didn't. And also at this point, you can turn this eye down as well. But we're gonna go in with us some rosemary. Just gonna throw that baby on the top. Gonna go in with some thyme, because that's all we have is thyme, y'all. We're gonna go in with some sage. There is something else I'm missing to add to this, and I cannot think of it, you all. What did I need to add to this? I cannot think of it, you all. One of those days. If it comes to me, I'll come back and let you all know. But at this point, we want to turn our eye off. We want to go ahead and cover. We're going to go into a 300-degree oven and let this baby slow cook. All right, guys. I guess I'm getting old. I figured out what it was. It was my bay leaf that I need to add to here. So we're gonna go in with 1 bay leaf. I knew it was something I was missing, y'all. Let's go ahead and get us a bay leaf out. I want a nice whole one. That should work. 1 bay leaf, cover, 300-degree oven, and let it slow cook, you all. We'll come back and check probably in about maybe 45 to an hour. All right, guys, short ribs have been on for about an hour. Let's go ahead and check on these beautiful pieces of meat. At this point, what we want to do is kind of rotate them. So the sides that they weren't on, we kind of, sorry about that, y'all. The sides that they weren't on, we want to kind of flip them around. Looks amazing so far, you all. Let's get that little piece. There we go. And what we want to do is continue to let things cook. We're not there. I don't even think these babies are tender right now, but we can take a poke and kind of see what we're looking like. They're getting there, they're not there. You kind of want to, when you turn your fork into them, you kind of want to be able to tear some meat off. So they're semi-cooked, they're getting there. We're gonna let things cook. I will probably check back in about another hour. We'll cover these babies and continue to let them cook on 300. Short ribs have been on for an additional hour. So the totality at this point is at about 2 hours. And we're entering in that mark where these babies are done. At this point, we're gonna flip things around again and continue to let things cook. And as you can see, they're getting tender, you all. So what we're doing is trying to flip them around and make sure we get us a color and make sure everything soaks into this amazing broth or whatever you want to call it. Not broth, but this stew. It's almost like a stew that we got going on. At this point, what we're gonna do, because our short ribs are falling apart, what we're gonna do is continue to cook. We're gonna uncover, stick back in the oven on 300, continue to let things cook. I'm looking at about 30 to 45 minutes so we can get them kind of fall off the bone tender. But that's what we're looking at right now. We'll continue to let things cook. All right guys, we went ahead and let our short braised ribs cook for an additional 40 minutes uncovered. Everything is very perfect, tender. We're gonna let things kind of cool down a bit, and then we'll go ahead and plate this baby. All right guys, we went ahead and plated everything, and short ribs are tender. What we did with the concoction that we had inside of our pot with the flour, there was a lot of fat. These things render a lot of fat. So what you have to do is strain and separate the fat. That's what we did off camera. We pulled our herbs out, our thyme, our bay leaves out. We kept our onions in, and what we did was separate things, blended what we had left over after we separated our oil from our starch, which gives us our gravy. And we blended everything up, and that's what I dumped over the top of this, you all. We topped it with a little bit of parsley flakes. Again, easy, simple meal. You can pair this with rice. You can pair this with mashed potatoes, some veggies on the side. Again, appreciate you for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe. Guys, just wanted to show you our little gravy. That's how that looked, because I didn't show it on camera. Also, I wanted to show you how tender these babies are. Tender, fall off the bone, you all. 80 out.